With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks.
Come on now, let's go! Check 45 to Mike.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. High throw, but he makes the catch. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now Wilson. That's caught by Penny. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Come on, 16.
Wilson will throw again. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now Wilson. And it's caught. And he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go. 50, plant. 55. Hey, that's trash. That's trash. Slap. 61, matchbox, light.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Tomlinson. A beautiful spin and room to run. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw is Wilson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And that's good for another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Wilson now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. This is caught. A very solid gain of 27. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Cut, 380.
59. Crunch time, defense.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
1st down.
Cut, 380.
Here's Wilson, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Stop short of the goal line. A gain of 3 yards.
Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports.
Hey, come on now.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. He's at the 50, the 40, and a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
That's going to be caught. Give him 32 on the play. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Tomlinson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, lock it. Undercrunch. Number 9.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, for the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Carson. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
45. Big stop, G. Big
25.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On the ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, wahoo!
2nd and 11. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Hey, Delta.
Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Wilson now Over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Nick Bosa, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. There's Wilson to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. This is Carson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down 49ers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, Zoo. Yo, rip it.
They'll look to throw here. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, exit.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, high 7, get it.
2nd and 10. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Haywood.
They'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 59.
Now a handoff working right. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
12. Under 10.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Now Wilson on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Good shots, baby. Fuck that. Check. Slam.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to sling this deep down and got his man complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Begin. Protein spill. 1, 2.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
First down, San Francisco.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Check, 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 check. 80 weapons. Hey, Orbit. 58, right over there.
2nd and 9 now. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
3rd and long.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Hey, Charlie.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
A 46-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will tie us at 24 all. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
2 yards, good enough for first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Friday. Slam.
They run it with Carson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
At the 49ers' 46-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
36 power. Mike, 56 right there.
This time Wilson will throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
It's a gain of 13, but it brings up third.
The Niners on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
Go, go.
You got nothing to run. You got nothing.
Let's go. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Rush in. Watch the eyes.
Wilson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, team 6.
Back to throw here. That'll be caught by Rice. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Check nickel.
On first down, Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Alert.
Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This complete to Lockett. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
It's going to be a long...
Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. Now Wilson. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Ready to break.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed.
He's got a man complete. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And he's into the end zone. Unbelievable. A defensive collapse on the final play, and Charles, they can tie it with a PAT.
I cannot believe that. Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult.
One
final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, this one was certainly one to remember. At the end, they get the touchdown. Thinking they're going to go for the PAT to tie it. They went for the win. Charles had guts to call it, but it didn't come to fruition.
And I know the actual call happened right here at this game, but it really happened during the week where the head coach told himself, in a situation like this, we're going for the win. They didn't get it, but he had conviction in what he was doing.
So you think those moments often premeditated?
I think they have to be, because if you rely on everything to come to you during the heat of battle, you often make more mistakes. And I think he felt like he had the team that could win, and he wanted to go for it every time.
So for the Seahawks, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they're going to bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 2-14. And it's fair to say wholesale changes will be forthcoming in the very near future.